So we've got it here in slides, so we'll just answer. And if anybody wants to put this in chat or anywhere, feel free. But one of the questions that we wanted to get to today, again, something that you can even think over if we don't get to do this interactively, because software is software. Where does most of your analytical data live today? And this is a little bit of a precursor question because Daks is going to go over this. We've already been talking about that some already. Daks is going to talk about some options with that as well. But on-prem DB warehouse, cloud data warehouse, we've talked about some of those already, Snowflake, Redshift, Snaps, and there's other ones out there. Hybrid mix, mostly in SAS export files, not centralized yet. So since we are not doing this live, I won't sit and wait for people to enter anything. I will say, just from my experience, again, we're seeing a lot of, the second two, the cloud data warehouse and hybrid mix. There still is a number of people who are still on-prem. That is still very much a thing, and that a lot of those are starting to mix. Some of it's because the applications that they're using almost require them to their on-prem data with some of the the cloud data warehouse options that are out there, and it may be tied to applications that you're already using, or just your own choice. So with that being said, Daks, I'm going to open this up to you and let you kind of walk through. Again, these are some of the ones that we have seen from clients that we worked with, and just some examples we wanted to walk through to give some examples of how it's working.
Thank you, Tim. And, Porter, Anita, and as always, you guys nailed it. So we have built solutions using Data Migrator and Web Focus for a really long time now. And, we have done this for several customers, meaning, depending on what the need is with the customer, we have helped them with the designing of the solutions, develop and deliver solutions as well. And, we take care of the support as well. For the sake of time, like what Tim was saying, I have here a couple of customer architecture examples that we have been part of, that we have kind of helped customers to build solutions, right? The first one that you're seeing here. So I'm going to go from left to right here, right? So the first one that you're seeing here, the data migrator tool stack is using the named adapters to connect to on-premise data sources. And on the right side, if you take a look at it, it is connecting to Azure SQL with, again, a named adapter, Azure SQL adapter, right? As we all know, Azure SQL is a cloud native database offering from Azure, right? So the Azure SQL adapter and data migrator, and of course, the same adapter, is being utilized by Web Focus as well, right? So it is being designed in a way to harness the true full capabilities of the Azure SQL Server, right? So data migrator here is fetching data from on-premise from various sources, and it is building data warehouse and data marts inside of Azure SQL. So what I meant by, it is harnessing all the true capabilities and the speed of the Azure SQL is that the transformation happens pretty much real time here, meaning the transformation is done inside of Azure SQL and the data is loaded there. So when you take a look at the same adapter connectivity from a reporting needs standpoint, that is what is there in the bottom from Web Focus perspective. It is using it not only to fetch data for the BI needs, but it's also using the same adapter to write back, right? So there are few customers of ours who hack Web Focus, who build custom applications with Web Focus and the SQL pass through behind the scene to kind of write back into the SQL, into the databases as well. So from everything that we have done, everything that we have helped with, for customers till date, there is no solution that was not possible here, and we had to incline to another data integration tool stack. Things were pretty much fully compatible here, and as far as the data quality is concerned, there is a perception that you need a dedicated data quality tool for even the smallest of BQ needs, right? What the customers are, who already have data migrator, and customers who are willing to take data migrator and purchase data migrator license is not realizing is that the data migrator can do some level of data quality type work as well. It can do profiling, right? That's what Anita was showing in her slide. So it can profile the data source and it can give you insights of the data source. And there are ways to take care of your deduplication needs, record completion needs, and things like this, inside of data migrator itself. Yes, of course, for deeper, significant data quality needs, you will need a dedicated data DQ tool, and IBA has a data intelligence tool stack. So feel free to reach out to Tim Howard or to any of us for more details on that. So, as as a 360 of this slide that you're looking at, this is a data integration and enterprise BI at cloud scale, right? That's what the customers are really harnessing with the data migrate and web focus. And this, irrespective of where your data is, this is still a complete solution from one tool stack. Moving on to the next slide. So here I'm just trying to go one step deeper, right? Here from the left, the data migrator is connecting not only to the on-premise, but it's also connecting to mainframe DB2, right? So it's mainframe to on-premise, and to the right, it's in the Snowflake ecosystem in Azure. So I'm going to be focusing a little more deeper on the Snowflake side of things. We all know, the on-premise and the mainframe data sources that we have been using for web focus. The Snowflake does not have its own cloud, right? So despite the power, the raw power that Snowflake has, it still has to reside on top of Azure, Google, or AWS, the top three cloud service providers in US. So here, the customer opted to host the Snowflake ecosystem in Azure because they are a Microsoft shop. And we are using the named adapter here again, the Snowflake adapter, to connect to the Snowflake ecosystem. And we are loading data, using data migrator inside of Snowflake. And the same adapter connectivity is used for the reporting needs as well. So it is retrieving data from Snowflake, right? A point to highlight, what's worth highlighting here is that so that Snowflake is known for data sharing capabilities, right? For people who do not know what data sharing inside of Snowflake is, let's say you have a partner company or partner, and they are also a Snowflake shop. Traditionally, if you want to access their data, we'll have to get a dump, or we'll have to connect, ETL it, or we'll have to figure out one way or other to get a copy of the data, right? With data sharing inside of Snowflake, the data can be where it is. It can be in your partner domain, and the permissions and privileges are set accordingly, to make sure that you can access the data as if it is in your own ecosystem. So the web focus adapters are capable of supporting that as well, right? The data sharing, for if you need any data from the data sharing ecosystem for your BI needs, it can harness that power as well. So we have helped customers with several of these solutions. So I would recommend, I'll put a open note here. If any of you have any questions or thoughts, or even if you want to bounce your ideas with us, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to get on a call and work things out for you.